skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flavor foul, your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking in goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage, I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold a city down anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 thou. I could conquer any style. Victory is in me now. My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Think you wanna get rich? You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich? Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. That Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how it feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took. Now they tell me do it for the love. Gotta do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. Now you ain't got what it takes to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't that right league. Spend so much time out here balling, it's my wifey. These are what I live, I breathe, I sleep, my dreams are lavish. Went from check to check to check the balance. I press, I bet you flop, you all theatric. I'm mostly savage, gambling, take advantage. I'm here to ball while you call off work. When that top jump back, before I call off vert. Before I hit my context, check my call off first. See if I can make a play to get it all off merge. Woo! Let an animal loose. My separation off finesse, I'm just preparing to shoot. Or I can put you on some skates, breaking ankles and news, saying this is what they pay me to do.
I don't think you're trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Get rich. I don't think you want.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq, we've talked about it. You can feel, I don't know, an air of excitement that's a little different than in years past.
There's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning this season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
Starting at shooting guard, at 6 foot at the underguard position,
Where the crowd is on their feet. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Dunleavy is out there with Brandon Bass. Then it's Crawford. Then it's Jordan. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. A nice shot by Anderson.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
It's Curry with the drive.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top-selling jerseys in the league, a signature shoe deal. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it. He's got a Bible quotation on his wrist that says, "Love never fails." And that's how he approaches the game, with a true love and faith that his hard work is going to pay off.
Here's Jordan after the made shot from Andre Drummond. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Curry from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 5 points so far. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jackson has the open look, and Houston again with the bucket. 1:37 left in the first quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Jordan. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Jackson. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
The fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And that one's good. Drummond.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Now here's Jackson. Goes up at the stripe. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Jackson's got 6.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And the dunk by Winslow.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Domination in the first quarter. It's and Rockets head coach Kevin McHale spent some time with us in the broadcast.
When you don't have a dog, in the fight, it's different to watch a game and not really.
That's an interesting perspective on competitiveness and what happens when you're no longer in the thick of it, especially, Clark, when you're as physical a player as McHale was.
Yeah, I certainly understand where he's coming from. I mean, I'm living it in many ways, but for me, it's about the love of the game and sharing that with so many other people who love the same things I do, whether they ever played or not. There's some common ground even outside of the competitive court.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Reggie Jackson out there with Barbosa. And it's Splitter. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's Lure in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And you've got to give him some credit, Kevin, for that power move.
You're right, G.A., absolutely. That's one of the fanciest finishes we've ever seen from him.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time the D better give him a little more respect, too. They were playing way too far off of him that time.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Big group substitution here for Denver. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Stokes. Dunleavy comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Shelvin Mack. And Curry subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Jordan. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Here's the lob to the hoop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now running up the court, Barbosa pushing it up. Lure can't hit. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And the Rockets making a change here. Monroe's checked in. Crawford dishes to Turner. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Screen by Monroe. Jackson kicks to Morrow. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
So, you know, Anthony Morrow, one of the real lasers as a long-range bomber in the league. First rookie ever to lead the NBA in three-point percentage. Hit over 46% his first year. There's always a place for a guy like that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Andre Drummond subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Shots good by Turner.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
And talking about Anthony Morrow's development, he did it the hard way. Came in undrafted in his first pro start. 37 points. Remember that game? Most points ever by an undrafted player in his rookie year.
Yeah, it was amazing, that game. And, you know, the 2010-2011 season, he had the second highest three-point percentage in league history. He's been traded multiple times in his career, though, because he's still refining the rest of his game, wanting to be more than just a shooter. And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Here's Barbosa. Off target at the rim.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And he makes good on the layup. Barbosa's got 5 points now this quarter. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. It's Curry outside. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half is now in the book.
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry, and Steph, Coach made a point of...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are leading by 12. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
When you're hot, you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Jackson. He has 8 points and 2 steals. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Jordan. Dunleavy is out there with Turner. Then it's Crawford, and it's Curry in at the 1. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Here's Crawford, and that one's drained from the low block.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Jackson kicks to Monroe. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Monroe's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Now here's Winslow after the miss from Stephen Curry, and he gets the bucket.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights, and a win tonight is the first step.
Splitters checked in for Houston. John Lure comes in for Greg Monroe. Here's Jackson, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. The drive by Jackson. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Nice open look, but it's no good. The Nuggets trail by 13. Pass to Dunleavy. Shot from the wing. And it's Lure with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Jackson passes to Splitter. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Rockets lead by 15.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Winslow kicks to Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Yeah, the step back. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Passes it to Splitter. And he slams it one-handed.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
And as we end the third quarter, a double. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Nuggets trail by 15. We've got Anthony Morrow. Greg Monroe is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Anderson in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here's Dunleavy. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Anderson outside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and the little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now here's Curry. Knocks it loose. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Barbosa dishes to Monroe. Down low. Here's Drummond. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Another miss by Curry.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Barbosa against Bass. Shot is off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Houston. Monroe's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Houston.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Jackson. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Now here's Drummond, and it's blocked by Jordan. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation for the Rockets. Powell, he's jacked in for Andre Drummond. John Lure comes in for Craig Monroe. And it's Jackson in for James Anderson. The shot by Curry, no good. Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Jackson with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. And Morrow has it in the corner. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them.
And I'd say that's it, guys. They're not coming back in this one.
Nope, no chance. Not gonna happen. That chance has long since passed of them getting back into this one. Forget about it.
Outside Jackson. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Reggie Jackson.
Listen up, everybody. Reggie Jackson, he can bring it. He's got a lot of skills. He can pass, he can dribble, he can shoot. And tonight, he brought them all. He's a dangerous player.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny...
Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either
Boy, just amazing architecture here. The view of the Capitol building in beautiful downtown Denver, Colorado. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. For the Denver Nuggets, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Houston Rockets. And that does your confidence, guys, no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Dragic is out there with Bellinelli. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Hayward. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Now, here's Cantor. The jump hook, and Jordan sends it back. Just 5 on the clock. Goes back up. And there's Enes Kanter on the assist by Dragic.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think you said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Flip Saunders for a minute. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Curry after the basket by Minnesota. 1:22 left in the first quarter of the game. Dunleavy dishes to Jordan. Stolen by Cantor. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. And Davis gets it to go.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Here's Curry following the basket by Anthony Davis. That's good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
In the corner, it's Hayward. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Crawford's shot is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Dragic against Curry. Pass to Davis. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. Swiped away. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. It's their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. I mean, but you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
Got it up. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
Now, I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Kerr is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Brandon Bass is out there with Shabazz Muhammad. Then it's Sheldon Mack. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Stokes into the 5 down low. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Big group substitution here for Denver. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jarnell Stokes. Turner comes in for Brandon Bass. Dunleavy's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Crawford in for Mack. Minnesota also making some changes. Anthony Davis is checked in for Vonleh. Hayward comes in for Ross. And it's Bellinelli in for Nick Colathis. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired it and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland. And he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
It's stolen by Davis. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Hayward with the stuff.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Denver calls timeout.
Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then, and that's over a decade later.
Curry's checked in for Patrick Beverly, and then for Minnesota. Cantor checked in for Spates, and it's Dragic in for Udrih. And Hayward gets it to go on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got 5 assists tonight. The Nuggets trail by 8.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
To the inside. And Turner kicks to Dunleavy, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night right here. That one is off. Minnesota making a switch here. And he sinks the second. The Nuggets trail by 13. Will it go? That drops. 8 points for Steph Curry.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Dragic kicks to Davis with 4 seconds on the clock, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
You know, he just, like every other coach, gets in when the defense gives up points on the inside, and boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there, so you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Here's Curry. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
And so that's the end of the first half. The Timberwolves on top as they end the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Gordon Hayward has been all over the floor tonight. He had 12 points, 2 steals, and 3 assists. Coming in off a tough game last time out for him, he's clearly turned the page, and it's bouncing back tonight in a... And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, we've got Hayward. Bellinelli is out there with Dragic. Then there's Davis, and it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And, you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him great confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
All alone. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. Bellinelli's got his second bucket tonight.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Spades with a screen on Beverly. Pass to Bellinelli. The steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Muhammad with the ball. Another 3 for Denver.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Udrih, the pass to Spades. And he can't bank that one in. The Nuggets trail by 9. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So he launched that one from way outside. Max got 5 points so far.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping. And boy, have they gotten on a roll.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And both free throws good for Spates.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Curry with the three. Another three for Denver.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
The shot by Spates. Nobody around. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Minnesota on top. They leap.
Your Nuggets dancer.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Minnesota leading by 5. Turner is out there with Jordan. Then it's Curry. Then it's Crawford. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Denver's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. It's Curry outside, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 9 points here in the second half.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Good.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jump.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Again, Curry missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And Cantor wide open. He shoots. The quick look, no good that time. Loss against Curry. Another 3 for Denver.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're up by 3. 1:49 left to play in the final quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
And it's Dragic off the drive, and he gets it to go.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pockets, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
There's 1:40 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Curry with the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Shot is no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Releases. And right on target with the switch. Curry's got 24.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're leading by 3. We've got 1:18 left in the game. Up top, Dragic, guarded by Curry. That's good. 6 points for Goran Dragic.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Curry kicks to Crawford. And a great assist by Curry. Oh, that one goes in. 6 points for Jamal Crawford. Inside. The kick out to Dragic. Back to Cantor. Turner with the steal. Crawford against Dragic. Over to the wing. Here's Curry with the 3. It falls! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
I tell you what, Steph Curry, somebody lit a fire under him.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Davis. Money!
Watch out, Anthony Davis has caught fire.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Curry dishes to Turner. It's good! A huge shot to tie it up.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
how about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it?
Clutch. Minnesota calls timeout. The score knotted at 50. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Dragic against Curry. Now here's Dragic. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 6. Here's Davis. Ooh, off wide. Puts up a prayer. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. Time expires. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. So the Timberwolves got opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Jordan is out there with Turner. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Crawford at the 2 spot. And Muhammad throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Hayward passes to Udrih. Spades with a screen on Curry. Gets it to go on the assist by Udrih. And that's 17 points for Gordon Hayward. Now here's Curry. Clock at 6. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Udrih.
They got to bring the double team on him.
I would have already sort of expected to see that.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He has 29 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is pouring it in from 3, guys. You know how much I love to see guys knocking down buckets.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Dunleavy's checked in. Davis kicks to Spates. And Jordan sends it back. Dragic against Curry. And there's the feed to Dunleavy. Now Curry. Off the pick. Good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Davis. Nails it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Here's Curry. Here's Jordan. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. There's 10 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, your thoughts?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick two. I think they've got to look for a quality three to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
So the Nuggets win it, and they had some nervous moments down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him and down the stretch. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.